So it's month 2 of becoming an Enneagram coach, and I'm running into this question, and it's why? Why do you want to be an Enneagram coach? Now, I had my whys when I started this in month 1, and I'm a little embarrassed to share them, but these are what they were. Number 1, to get interesting new content for this channel. Number 2, to build my credibility as someone talking about the Enneagram on the internet. Honestly, I think that those things are valid, but I also think that they are the Enneagram 3 in me that is just totally results driven. And the questions behind those reasons are, what will make me look good? What will build my success? Those were the things that were ultimately driving the decision to become an Enneagram coach. But at the beginning of month 2, I went for my daily quarantine walk and listened to my daily quarantine podcast. And podcast of the day happened to be Ask an Enneagram Coach. In the podcast, she talked about her personal journey to becoming an Enneagram coach, and my mind started churning. What experiences have shaped me? How did I get to this point? Basically, how did I get here? So I took a deep dive. As a child, I loved comparing personalities. I just remember being in the back of the bus, asking people what's your Patronus? What's the color of your soul? What if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? As a college student, I was in a Christian fellowship club, and they were all very obsessed with Myers-Briggs. So that was my first time learning about an official personality test. I took Myers-Briggs. I was an INFJ. That honestly was really fun for me, just sitting around late at night in a dorm, talking about what our types are and how that, helps or hurts our daily life. In adulthood, I started going to therapy. I have really bad anxiety, and I decided that I needed more tools to help me cope with that. Very early on in therapy, I realized the value of examining the parts of yourself that you normally don't want to talk about or explore. And now in my late 20s, as I'm learning more and more about the Enneagram, I'm starting to realize that I'm just having fun. So in the first video of this series, I talked about how I was having trouble finding joy in the process, but when I was listening to Steph's podcast, I just started to get really genuinely excited. I feel like I'm holding this little present in my hand, and I just can't wait to share it. I'm envisioning what my first client will be, what that experience will be like. I don't know, I'm just getting excited. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. So that said, I'm still vlogging away, so let's take a look at how week 5 went.
Hello, it is week 5 and I am catching up. I'm playing catch up and learning about wings, which I already knew quite a bit about just making videos about it and doing my own research, but I'm having fun looking at people that I know, their main types and their wings, and then the people that I know for certain that they are their core type and their wing. One of my best friends is a 911. And so it's really fun to read her specific makeup, her flavoring as a 9.
But when they said that instinctual subtypes are so different, I wonder if that's more true with 4s might explain a 4, but they're all themes.
So I just put out this video about becoming an Enneagram coach, the first one in this series, and I got some really great questions, so I kind of wanted to talk about them because I don't think I fully gave clarity in the first video, or I just didn't know that I needed to address these things, so here we go. So Carly Cooper says, I love the idea of learning more about the Enneagram by getting a coaching certificate. However, it seems like it would be more for personal growth than building a profitable business. Like you said, most people would be better off getting normal therapy than spending their money just on Enneagram coaching. So I wanted to address this question in a couple parts, but firstly to say that your Enneagram coach, Beth McCord's program, does have full-on how to build your business, how to do free consultations, how to meet with clients, how to conduct a typing interview. There's guides and worksheets. So FYI, this is not just about learning the Enneagram, it's also about building your business around becoming an Enneagram coach. As far as it being a viable career path, I think that you can make a lot of things work as a viable career path. I think that interest in the Enneagram is only going up, but I can't tell you from personal experience if it's something that you can do full time. Now, as a chronic side hustler, person. I think that there is always value in having something else going, another way to generate income, but not fully relying on your passion project. Like, you know, if Enneagram coaching, basically what I'm saying is don't quit your full-time job. Like any, you know, entrepreneurial endeavor, you need to be smart about it. So I don't know if right off the bat you'd be able to, you know, quit your full-time job and be an Enneagram coach, but I think with hard work and the right marketing that you could.
Hello, it is the end of month 2. This Friday, I'm super excited because my friend Mikeline has graciously agreed to be my very first test client. So we are doing a typing session. She is very confused about her type. She is stuck between 2, 3, 9, and 5. So I have my work cut out for me. She just sent me the results of her assessment. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna prep for her typing session. If you wanna see that typing session and how I prep for that and hopefully figuring out her type with her. If you want to see that, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel because I will be putting that out in the 3rd video in this Becoming an Enneagram Coach series. If you haven't watched the first video, I will link it right here somewhere. And if you're interested in becoming an Enneagram Coach and you're interested in this particular program that I'm doing, don't hesitate to ask questions either in the comments of YouTube or DM me on Instagram at Enneagram with Abby, and I will try to answer them as best you can and see if it's a good fit for you. And also the links to those courses are in the description down below. So thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to do some typing and help someone find their type. This is so exciting, and I feel like I'm finally getting into what this whole thing has been about. It's been a lot of learning and a lot of muddy stuff, but I think we are getting to the fun stuff. So I can't wait to show that with you, share it with you. I can talk.